Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's stream where we have another first look by Frostforged Games. We're going to be looking at the new game Wildlight. And something a little cool about this guy here I have with me, Charlie, right?
Yep,
Hey,
that's
Charlie.
me.
Yep, thank you to one of our lead developers for the and Frostforged Games. And some cool little fun fact is he's in Athens, Georgia, where he's just a stone's throw away from me. All right, before we get into all of his fun stuff, you know me, I've got to run my mouth just a little bit. Here we go. Let's see here. As you got to see our commercial just a second ago, we have a live Patreon. That's right, we have a Patreon. We're begging you for your money. Here you go. Here's a link. All right, so your support will help us with efforts to improve game developers in their community, as well as helping to bring better games to life, like tonight's Wildlight game. Our stream is for gamers looking to learn more about what goes into making their favorite games. It's also for new designers looking to break into the industry. And it's for experienced designers looking to improve their skills. So you may be seeing a little dot kind of show up on the screen every now and then. That's where you see my name popping up. We got a new feature here with Patreon. A certain level of Patreons can hop in and chat with our developers and streamers. And I think Andrew is trying to get in every now and then. His mic may be giving him struggles. Andrew, you still with us? And he's not talking. All right, I'm going to stop or continue on while we wait for Andrew. What's next? GGDA merchandise. That's right. Look at this. I'm the only one with one. All right, the shirts will give you more HP. Our coffee cups will give you more intellect. It has been proven. What? It has been proven, a fact. There you go. Go buy something. Go buy it right now. Do not delay. All right. What else we have here? Next week, we will be live streaming our GGDA meeting. I think I may be jumping ahead of myself here. November 14th, the GGDA Atlanta chapter meeting. You get to meet EQ Games at Siege. You met EQ Games at Siege. Their next game is ready for playtesting, so we are helping them out with an evening of just that. Join us to discuss the best practices in playtesting, as well as to play their games. We'll also allow other GGDA members to demo and playtest their games. All right? So email info@ggda.org if you want to take advantage of this opportunity. The meeting starts at 6. From 6 to 7 is going to be networking and playtesting. From 7 to 8 is going to be the best practices in playtesting. And then again at 8 to 9, more networking and more playtesting. The location is going to be at Tech Square. Parking is going to be determined, and it's going to cost you nothing if you're a GGDA or a tag member, and $10 for anything else. But yes, there's that last comment. If you can't make it out there, join us right here on our Mixer channel. Come check it out. All right, next, Frostforged Games, right out of Athens. Here we go. Alec and Charlie. All right, let me back up a second. We'll have fun with this. Have you ever had that scenario where you wish you could work with your brother on something really cool, right? I can't work with my siblings. We'll kill each other. Anyways, Alec and Charlie Hall are brothers and co-developers of Wildlight. They've developed video games and mobile games together for over 10 years using ClickTeam game software. Another fun fact, we do stream tutorials on ClickTeam software, Fusion 2.5 with Chris Carson every 4th week of the month. Anyways, and so this is going to be their first big release. Before we get it going along, they have not released their game yet. This is an exclusive first look, and please support their Kickstarter. There you go. Have a link. All right, be sure to support their Kickstarter. And so we are missing Alec Hall. Apparently, he had better things to do tonight, right? He's the
Apparently.
He's the mastermind behind the coding, complex algorithms, and procedural generation. Alec has created most of the core mechanics of the game, and it's inspired by Starbound, Terraria, and Fortnite.
Terraria.
Thank you. All right. Charlie, yes, we see him right here on screen. Wave to the camera. Hi. All right. He's responsible for a little bit of everything. Charlie's responsible for graphics, the Kickstarter, some coding, and maintaining the business side of everything. He's inspired by The Legend of Zelda, Minecraft. Don't hold it against him. I'm kidding. Don't Starve in Skyrim. All right. So welcome to tonight's stream. We are really looking forward to this one tonight. Charlie, the mic is yours. Tell us a little bit about your process. What inspired, or give us a little story here. What are we doing here?
All right. So first off, I'd like to say that ClickTeam Fusion is an amazing 2D game making software. They also have 3D, but I haven't worked with that yet. But that's what I use to develop the game. It is an island survival, top-down, uh, 2D roguelike RPG. So I can go ahead and share my screen if you want.
Yes, let's take a look at that. And meanwhile, I'm going to hide my big head so that we can actually see more of it. So this game is under development right now. When do you plan on releasing it?
Um, we we just launched the Kickstarter, but we've been developing for about 4 years, and we're hoping to launch to early access in a pretty polished, pretty developed state sometime, probably this time next year. So
All right,
we
so
don't
November
want
of
to release
2018, huh?
right. We don't want to release to early access with it being really underdeveloped, which is why we've done this Kickstarter because we don't want to just lose all the steam or the momentum from launching too early. So
All right, well, take us
here's the
for a
game.
tour.
Yeah, it's still early. It's not complete. All this will is subject to change, including this main menu, which I'm sure you'll notice isn't the best. So here you can choose your character. I'll just choose the first character.
Oh, that's nice. You got to, so you can actually name your character here. It's a pretty important aspect for any player, to be able to actually customize their own character in some form or fashion.
Right, and each character has they'll have different stats and different starting items, depending on who you choose, and you'll be able to unlock these. This is sort of the progression you'll be able to make throughout, even if because the characters are permadeath. So if you die, you have to start over, but you do sort of have this overall progression where you unlock new characters. Um, I'll just go ahead and make another one. This is a short little intro video that I've made.
Hey, it looks like you got a pledge tonight.
Oh, well. Well, thank you, Andrew. So all the worlds are procedurally generated. Um, and we also have all the items have different uh, procedural, I guess, procedurally generated stats as well. We try to make it so that each playthrough is very different from another.
Hmm. Well, Andrew's okay. And Antonja saying,
Where are the skill points spent?
"Yep,
Which skill points? As in the up here we have skill points where we'll have skills. We haven't actually implemented these yet. It's sort of just an idea, but it's each time you play or level up, it will randomly select 3 skills that you can choose from to level up. You can just level up from whatever you want, and then it will generate new skills to choose from.
all right."
I did not rig the procedural generation to a seed value, uh, but
Games Air Studio, you're one of our Click Team Fusion folks, aren't you?
right. So here,
Okay. Hey, we've got Chris in the house. Now you're in trouble.
so it kind of shares some features from other like games like Terraria and Minecraft, where you can chop down trees and stuff like that, and you have a full inventory system. I think I've spent too much time talking. I think that the night's about to catch up on me.
Oh, we got to make it challenging for the developer somehow, right?
Right. And it kind of has the Minecraft like crafting system here. We're trying to decide how fast paced we want the game to be. Right now it's pretty fast paced with night coming pretty quick. So here I'll put down a campfire. So each night a procedurally generated invasion happens. So we'll see what happens tonight.
Kill, kill.
We have just regular melee attacks, but then we also have special attacks where each weapon will do a different special attack. Like this one will shoot that electric bolt. This is a vampire, so each time he hits you, you lose, he heals up and you lose health. We're still working on the balancing a little bit. Might be a little hard for the first night. This will be sad if I die.
I don't know, it might be kind of entertaining.
So here you can see like this weapon I looted has different stats from this other weapon, which is this is the same weapon, but this one's a little more valuable, as you can see from the color and the stats from it.
Looks like you got more Click Team fans popping in. Hi, Click Team Daniel. Thanks for showing up tonight, checking out this new game.
Hello, hello.
So you've been working on this game for the past 4 years. Let's see, when did where was I going to ask you? About how much of the planning stage did you do? Like, how long did you spend planning the game before actually starting any kind of build?
Oh, I wish we had done more planning when we started. It sort of started with me saying, I have a great idea. We should make a game where you're on a procedurally generated island, and hold on, sorry, I'm trying to eat.
Oh, okay.
So,
our game developer has to focus on his game.
Yeah. It might need to be made a little easier, but it sort of started with that, and then we worked on the game for about a year, and then we decided that it was not very efficiently coded, and there were a lot of problems. It wasn't fun to play, so then we just scratched the whole thing.
All right. Okay, so then you go back to the planning stage?
We planned for maybe a few days, but then we started back coding and made it a lot more efficient and decided what we really should focus on.
Ah. All right. Let's see.
But I guess one of the big focuses of the game is we want combat to be exciting. A lot of games like a lot of survival games like Minecraft have, pretty boring combat.
So
we still have some bugs where the chickens wanted to turn into all the objects.
So would you say not having a game design document, kind of pre-planning out, caused some delays in actually building the game, or? Just
Sort of.
general question.
It's been a learning experience for sure. It's maybe we might not have even been able. I feel like we sort of needed to started to learn what we were even getting into, but now we're getting to the point where we're planning a lot more, and uh,
So what made you choose Fusion
well,
out of
Fusion
all
is the
all the game engines out there?
Fusion is the only one I have used. I tried to use Unity a little bit, but then I decided to go back to Fusion.
Well, one really cool fact with Fusion is there's no real scripting involved, but it's very very heavy on program logic. You got to know your logic for sure.
Yeah.
So have you studied any specific languages?
I've studied Java and HTML and sort of the more basic languages. A little bit of SQL because I study management information systems in college.
Ah. So one question on chat was, what was wrong with the first version that you started off with?
The first version ran at about 25 frame rate on a pretty good system. So I figured that was a pretty big problem for a 2D game. So we decided to just scratch that and start over and make it a lot more efficient. We also had a lot of systems in the game that we thought were unnecessary and were taking up a lot of memory, such as we had like these huge enemy encampments, and they were just taking up way too much memory in the game. But another thing is right now the world's pretty empty. Like all you've seen are some animals and some forests. But we've created the systems where we can add more stuff to the game, but we just haven't added it yet because we're trying to finish up the core mechanics first.
Very good. We'll let you focus on some gameplay here. Meanwhile, I'm trying to scramble along and figure out what else is going on here.
Trying to find a new biome.
Andrew, it sounds like he's having a little trouble with his microphone. Sorry about that, folks, if you hear it. So first we had some horse meat, then we had some sheep meat. Now I guess we're getting some bear meat.
Right. You eat anything when you're hungry. So we also have a building system in the game.
Oh yeah?
So I'll show that real quick.
Yeah, sorry about that, folks. And Ninrak and everybody else. Andrew is trying to talk with us on Discord, and I think he's having some microphone issues. So that would be what the static is.
Test, test, test.
Hey, there he is.
I can't hear him.
Okay.
Had to go for the backup mic. Good game.
All right, so I guess I'm going to have to relay our chats and notes to self. In the future, we will do these, make sure that you're on Discord instead of just Skype.
All right.
So thanks for tuning in, and as I mentioned to everybody else, certain levels of our Patreon will allow you to hop in and chat with us vocally. And Chris says, Andrew, you should lay down some fat beat with the microphone.
That is the fattest beat as I can make.
All right, very good. So, Andrew, you got any questions or anything you want to talk about with this game?
Yeah, this is looking pretty good. I'm enjoying the combat system you put into effect, and pretty clear there's going to be some good character advancement both in gear and we hope in the skill points. What do you see right now the funnest part of the game for the players being? The combat, the crafting, the advancement? There's a lot of good elements
Did
here.
Andrew have questions?
Yeah. So he was sitting there chatting with you. I guess maybe turn your browser on your computer. Turn that mic up if you can hear.
Oh, I see.
And then maybe you can actually hear Andrew talk to you. But he was asking. I mean, he's really liking the game here. And one of the things he was asking is, what do you think would the funnest part for the players to be in your game? The combat, the building. Oh, we got an echo.
Oh, okay, sorry. I can't do the browser then, I guess.
Maybe turn it down real low. Sorry, folks, we are learning.
Is there still an echo?
Very slight, but I think it's tolerable.
All right.
So, Andrew, you want to try talking to him again?
Sure, let's try that again. So my question was, there's a lot of fun stuff in here. You have crafting, you've got character advancement plan, combat's looking like a blast. What do you find to be the funnest aspect?
I would say the sort of difficulty to, I guess, see how long you can survive. Like, obviously I played the game before, but that's sort of what I want the game to be. It's throwing me off here in my echo.
Yeah. I'm kind of seeing that. All right. Sorry. Are you on Discord, by the way?
Yes.
You are?
You want me to join Discord?
Why don't we do that? Why don't we do that real quick?
Okay.
Let me give you a direct link here. And sorry about this, folks. I guess somehow, some way, I'm going to have to do. That's not going to work either, is it? Heck with it. Learning the hard way. I just sent you a link in Skype. All right. Hey, we got Matt on comms as well. He's muted at the moment, but sent you a link to it. Let me know if you can get in there on Discord.
All right.
Sending someone a link through Skype to get to the link on Discord is kind of funny.
Yeah, I know, right? We are learning the hard way. This is our first time having other voices come in, so apparently
You should have at least assigned it out via Slack.
Were you able to get in, or?
It's loading, but it's not loading. I'm gonna restart it.
Oh, Undead had risen.
But won't it still play the... I want to say it'll still play that... Maybe it won't. Oh no. So each time you successfully kill all the enemies, you'll get a night chest. It'll have random loot in it. But
Oh, nice.
somewhere just have the same thing as last time. So I would say this this sort of playthroughs sort of to show the potential of the game. It's not full of content yet, but we have a lot of systems in place to start making the game fun. It's been, I feel like with game development, you go through a lot of years of the game not being fun yet, or at least you being the only one who thinks it's fun. So, Discord is still not loading. I'm not sure why.
So,
Has anyone gotten this problem before?
Discord not loading? No.
no. All right. Well, it was worth a shot. Sorry about that. We will definitely work on that and fix it before next stream. But Antonja had said, Wildlight appeals to the part of me that loves Sierra, but wants fresh experiences. Let's see. What else have we got in here?
And it's interesting. I see a lot more Origins.
Is Sierra
Ultima,
a game
that
company?
sort of fun.
I should probably know this.
King's Quest, Space Quest long ago.
King's Quest, Space Quest
Gabriel
from long
Knight.
ago.
Mhm.
Yeah, and Ripley is saying there may have
Well,
been a
let's talk-
Discord update. His took a while to upload. So Andrew, you know what? I'm going to risk some major catastrophe right now. Hopefully everything won't go quiet. If it does, I'll fix it as fast as possible. Here we go.
Please telling me you can't hear me. I can hear the stream again. And me. Also, hi Ripley. I think I was muted earlier.
All right.
Triple echo.
Is everything echoing?
Yeah.
Brian is not for obvious reasons.
You asking me?
The drummer is not echoing.
I was trying to just go all analog here, but apparently if it's causing echoes, I'll plug the headset back in.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it was worth a shot.
Well, let me ask one more question.
Unfortunately, configuring Discord to not echo is actually very difficult.
All right, plugging it back in. 1 second. So everything. No, that was all my fault. All right, so Andrew, you had a question. All right, is it echoing anymore, guys? Shouldn't be. Okay. Probably not.
Hey Ripley, can you hear me?
Hello, hello.
There we go. Now everybody should be able to hear you.
All right, so let's talk about the Kickstarter you've got going on right now.
All right, so yeah, Andrew made a good point. Can you tell us a little bit about your Kickstarter?
Yes. Oh, here's a boss real quick. So maybe I wait a second. I will die.
He's got to fight. He's got to focus for the boss fight, folks. And then he'll tell us more about his Kickstarter.
I can tell you about this boss that I'm fighting.
Yes, tell us about the boss.
It's an Easter Island head.
Oh,
So
interesting.
oh no, that guy was carrying a torch. So, but the boss can. He has just a few different, I guess, strategies that he'll cycle through as he's trying to kill you.
So Chris is asking, did that Easter Island head just pull a WWE move?
Yeah, the face plant. Oh, I'm out of ammo.
So will they keep chasing you? Will they keep chasing you through the day?
Oh no, There's a bug. He's switching objects. I'm trying to fix that one for a while. Yeah, he'll chase you through the day.
Layer issue detected.
He'll summon a person who's holding dynamite who tries to kill you.
Well, that's one thing we definitely love to see here on First Looks are bugs.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
And dynamite.
And
Bug
dynamite.
testing. And dynamite. I made the vampire way too hard. I have to fix that. Can't even kill it. Oh no.
Oh. Just
That's
goes to
sad.
show you may be able to develop a game doesn't mean you can play your own game.
That's true.
The more procedural a game
I have to
is,
make it a little easier.
So we got Love the Log Rollers under the Moy, and Death Awaits Us All. And all. So I guess while you're going to continue, now you can tell us about your Kickstarter, right?
Yes. So the Kickstarter is, we launched it a few weeks ago. We have 2 weeks left to go. Sadly, we are not as close to completing our goal as I would like. But we will see what happens.
75K is
Maybe
not an
this
unreasonable
live
goal.
stream's all I needed.
7,500, not 75K.
Yeah, so Matt said 75K is not an unreasonable goal, and Andrew corrected him to 7,500.
That's even more reasonable.
Yeah, it's even more reasonable. So yeah, it's not an unreasonable goal. Let's see here, and you know what? While he's talking about it, I will go ahead and get you guys a link for that for all of our new viewers. Here you go. In case you missed it in the intros, there you can click that link to support his Kickstarter here. But
you're
yeah,
right.
tell us a little bit more about it.
I was gonna say Chris is right when he says you gotta be up all day and all night marketing it.
Yep, absolutely.
But the Kickstarter is to help. We'd like to hire a graphic artist because I wouldn't say that we're the best artists. I didn't draw that background. I paid someone to, but all the other art I drew, and I don't know that I'm an artist. So we sort of launched this to hire an actual artist. We also want to be able to not work as much with our part-time jobs. I still have to pay the bills, so I can't work on this all the time. But the
Can you tell us
Kickstarters
about
are
your
just-
plans
you
for
can-
stretch goals?
If you'd like to, you can back the Kickstarter for $10, and you'll get the game when it comes out.
So Andrew was asking me, can you talk about any of your plans for your stretch goals?
Yes, if I'm kind of hoping just to reach the first goal, but with the stretch goals would be to, honestly, if we just got fully funded, we'd hire a graphic artist probably. We'd also like to have tameable animals. That's been a common request, not necessarily from the hardcore gamers, but from my sisters, and they'd like to see tameable animals in the game. I think it could
What
add a
would
lot to the
tameable
game,
animals do?
but,
Yeah, so I was just asked here, what would tameable animals do?
You could have the sea turtle right there. You could have it go and beat up enemies for you.
So look, pets. Yeah.
Yeah, so pets. Yeah.
All right.
You could ride a horse or ride a buffalo.
All
I made
right.
so
So Chris was saying, did you send it in to Click Team a 935 by 350 advert image for your campaign so you can put it on? They can put it on the front page for you.
No, I did not.
Oh, there you go.
I submitted it to the indie game creators, and I'm featured like on the little small thing, the small image.
All right. Well, be sure to reach out and talk to Chris. You do have his contact, right?
Yeah, here we see me featured down here.
Yay! So just in case, he gave you his email address right there.
All right. I will make sure to email that after the stream.
Very good.
We'd also like to add weather. More important, we don't want it to just be like weather, like rain, because I feel like most people in survival games hate it when it rains. They hate it, like the sound of the rain, and then the like you can't see anything. But more importantly, we want to add like meteor storms and lightning strikes and like all sorts of stuff that sort of come down from the air that can make the game more exciting and not just be an atmospheric thing.
That would be an interesting siege session. How to do weather in game
back
effectively.
in the day, when I played Minecraft, I'd always turn off. I was a server administrator, and I'd turn off rain whenever it'd start.
Right, yeah. So one of the chats here was it Abby Small Gamer says rain kills games, like what you were saying there. You just go ahead and turn it off. And Matt had made a comment here saying that this would be a pretty good conversation for Siege next year, doing a panel on weather in games.
Yeah, it's true. Rain can.
Abysmal. Okay, thank you.
I feel like it works in games like Battlegrounds where it like changes the whole strategy of the game. If any of you play Battlegrounds, it changes it to be able to not be able to hear much. So.
Right. And even Ninrak is confirming the same thing. Rain takes so much work.
It's true. I tried to make it once, but I decided that I had more important things to worry about. Chris has a point saying that it was good in Zelda, and I would agree with that. If I could ever make rain look as good as it does in Zelda, I would.
Well, I'm guilty of playing Supercell's Boom Beach, and they do have occasional rain, and it's not too bad. Honestly, that's just me.
Yeah.
That's right. GGDA has a good point. Yeah, the last time we had our hurricane coming through during Siege.
Oh.
All right. So when you die, I'm sorry, is there anything else in your Kickstarter you'd like to show us or talk to us about?
Here's sort of a look at what we'd spend the money on. We need to hire a music designer as well. I did not mention that, but we hired someone for the trailer for the game, but I don't imagine music will take 30%. I realized that after I made this art.
All right, well, we definitely have a lot of music and sound effects folks in the GGDA, so also keep in mind...
And voice actors.
Huh? What was that, Matt?
And voice actors.
And oh yes, and VOs, absolutely. But the day, what was I gonna say? I got distracted.
Oh yeah, we have a Steam page. I can post a link to that if
Yes,
anyone wants to
please do.
add to their wish list.
Somebody just did.
Nice. So we can see here. We're on Steam, but we are not released yet.
So we are definitely getting a very early look here.
Right.
All right, very good. All right, so in your game, yeah, you've died. You died.
Died in my own game.
So are we looking to create more characters in the future as well, or being able to customize your characters?
Right. I plan to fill up all of these seats with characters. And there's, like I was saying earlier, they each spawn with different things and have different stats. Like the pile of bones starts with 2 skill points.
Why don't you walk us through all of them?
All right. So we have the royal lady. I can show you the descriptions. My wife actually wrote these descriptions because I'm not the best at writing in comparison. So that's sort of a lot of these characters are enemies in the game. And right now we just have a system where you just get gems depending on how well you did in the game, how many enemies you killed, and how long you survived, and you can unlock these new characters. But I was thinking about making it so that maybe when you encounter these characters in the game, if you kill like 10 of them or something, you'll unlock them.
That'd be
Or
cool.
just for different characters, they'll have different unlocks. But for the most part, it's sort of what I do when I'm tired of working on like the coding part of the game. I'll just decide to make a character. They don't really have much backstory. we haven't really looked into how we want a story, if we want a story at all in the game.
Well, we also got plenty of game writers in the GGDA, so feel free to reach out. So yeah, and GGDA mentions, definitely will allow for more character achievements.
That would be a good plug for our Discord channels, Brian.
Are you saying with the you should be able to design your own character at under number 1,000 Kickstarter levels?
$1,000.
I think it is less than 1,000. I think it's 100, but it's I realized after I made the Kickstarter I should have changed some of the goals around. But once people back it, you can't change the goals. But it is under 1,000. But like here you can design your custom items and stuff like that. Here, I'll hop into another game real quick to showcase a few other features that I didn't get to showcase because I died. Oh, I spelled it wrong.
Not very good. Alrighty. See what else we got going on here. Oh, I don't think I put up your Twitter. Yes,
Oh,
be
yeah.
sure to follow his Twitter. Right there. So they're obviously keeping their tweets up to date with all of their progressions.
Right, we are trying to, since we launched the Kickstarter, we decided that we should start being more open with our development and everything. So something I've been wondering about, I was wondering if any of you have thoughts on this, is making it so that items have durability. So then if you do find a really good item, it makes it so you don't just only use that really good item.
Ah, that would be a good idea.
But I'm wondering if maybe that adds like too much to an already complicated game.
Well, I mean, you can always repair it too.
True.
Does he actually feel this is complicated?
Do you feel like this is a very complicated game?
Based on when people play it, they seem to have trouble with I guess figuring out how things are. I think what I do need is a good tutorial. Right now the tutorials.
The game
sort of
progression
just a
seems more of an
placeholder.
issue than the difficulty.
All right, so the game progression seems to have a little bit more difficulty. Repeat that.
The game progression seems to be more of an issue than the difficulty.
So we got a couple of comments here. Some Abby Small Gamer said personally hate durability, but he likes to hoard things. Thanks, Andrew. the game progression seems to be more of an issue than the difficulty. It ramps up pretty quickly. Nick Rack had said, I feel durability is something that made Breath of the Wild worse rather than better. Early on was more frustrating than later on. Player had too much of everything and items became much less meaningful. But sometimes people just really got to hang on to that empty beer can. So Andrew's making a couple of good suggestions here. Going back to what he said, the game progression seems to be more of an issue than the difficulty. It ramps up too quickly. Starting a little slower and doing a bit more hand-holding would help. Most players like to feel powerful early before the real threats start.
Right. It was a little easier before. For the live stream, I think I made it the days a little quicker so I could showcase it a little better. But then I should have tested it a little more because it's a little difficult.
Yes, we love bugs. We do love bugs, and learning on your own. The more you play, test, iterate often. So yeah. Andrew says testing. We don't need no stinking QA.
So here I have a magic staff.
Ooh, magic staff. Another question came up.
Yes.
Approximately how many lines of events does this game use at the moment?
That's a good question. I haven't checked this in a little bit. I'll see.
Drum roll.
It's a lot. more than I've ever done. So 4,361. Getting on up there.
So Andrew makes another good point here. One thing durability would allow is more colored backgrounds for items. Like, for instance, healthy items are green, weak, yellow, broken, or red, or something along that lines.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And Wiggly Ship 22 says, yep, that's a big fusion file. So one of the questions that I like to ask game developers, and before I ask the question, I'll go ahead and read Andrew's last little comment here. We always forget that attractive UI elements can be an important part of making a game look good. So
That's
another
true.
great point.
That's something I've realized more recently. So I've been really trying to make things more intuitive, and it's something that you see all the time. So
all right,
I feel like I need to make it look good.
So one of my favorite questions to ask any and all of our developers here is, while you're developing this game, would you say would be your biggest epiphany or the biggest aha moment while developing this game? Or milestone. What do you think would be your biggest milestone or obstacle that you've been fighting and trying to accomplish?
I think the biggest aha moment was when I showed the game to my wife and she actually thought it was fun. She's pretty honest, so when she first played it, she didn't say it was bad, but you could tell by the look on her face and the frustration in her voice about the game not being very intuitive and all that. It was not a fun game, but now she'll ask me to play it.
What was the biggest aha moment about the
trying to
Kickstarter?
work on it at least.
What was that, Andrew?
So
what was the biggest aha
been
moment
a big
about
aha
your
moment
Kickstarter?
for me was thinking, wow, my game is actually fun now.
All right, well, hey, if it makes you feel any better, my wife isn't a big fan of my games. She doesn't dislike them, but she doesn't play them either. So, let's see. Andrew was asking, what do you think your biggest aha moment would be with your Kickstarter?
before I launched, it was finishing the game trailer. After I launched, maybe the first day, it was a good first day of funding, but it sort of started to flatline after a few days. So it's, I would say the biggest aha moment was finally like getting it out there and just being able to see people's opinions and like see people's response to the game trailer and all that.
People talk about the Kickstarter desert of the middle few weeks.
That's true.
So in chat, you guys, anybody else have any questions for our developer here? Keep it up. I'll definitely
Has he
relay
done
them.
more than the one video?
Have you made more than just that one video?
No, that's the only video I've made. I've realized it takes a long time to make those videos.
Yeah, video editing can be pretty time consuming.
I would do more
Then the
gameplay gifts
game's
too.
running a little slow.
Got
right
another
now.
suggestion for more gameplay GIFs as well.
More gameplay. Where?
Just more like images of get animated GIFs of actual gameplay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for the tweets, guys. No, not GIFs, GIFs. I don't care if the original guy called them GIFs or not. It's a G. G.
Does anyone have any thoughts on the pace of the game? Not the progression, but more the pace of like the combat. Like maybe the player and the enemies should run faster, or do you think that makes it more chaotic?
Well, let's see what happens in chat. I'm actually kind of liking the pace myself. Doesn't seem too fast or too slow.
I
That's
think
just me.
it's running a little slow right now. I think just the having all these programs open and the game not being fully optimized yet.
Right. One suggestion was it seems pretty good. Probably would like to see some more reasons to change your weapons.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking of with the durability.
Also, starting at a good level allows the tame horses to make an impact, as well as weird terrain and web spells. Excuse me. So, are there any little Easter eggs or anything that you'd like to tell us about, or anything you're planning on having in the future?
Uh,
Or are you not willing to disclose any of them? Or
we would like to add multiplayer to the game.
Ooh.
That was our original idea, was to make this game multiplayer. But I'm wondering if I hear that ClickTeam Fusion or ClickTeam's coming out with a sort of multiplayer, new system for multiplayer. And since right now we have so many things to work on with the single player, I might just wait and see how that goes.
Oh, with Fusion 3?
Right.
Yeah. Pretty anticipating what's going to come out with Fusion 3 as well.
Yeah, we've been the game's, like I was saying earlier, it's still lacking a lot in content. Like you keep seeing the same types of enemies right now and the same sort of biomes, but mainly we've been focusing on just good systems so that we can add everything else really quickly. Just all we really have to worry about is drawing the enemies, and then we can set all their values and make them a new enemy type pretty quickly. And then each enemy will spawn with with random weapons that you can loot, and that'll change their behavior some.
Another suggestion popped up, said it easy to do a color shift on a character to create more powerful version.
Like, do you mean like when the character's
Bigger, stronger, faster. Doing color shifts to show the player that the new enemy is stronger, faster.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, right now I think we just have it so it changes on their name, the color of their name. You see this one's got like spiders easy. The other ones are harder.
So as we boil down to our last 5 minutes here tonight, any kind of special features or something like that you want to show us? Maybe possibly the hardest level or the hardest build, or do you have the ability to jump up there?
Here, I'll show that after I kill these people real quick. So I can show a boss if you'd like.
Yes, let's definitely see.
Another boss. You have the choice between a kraken, a zombie titan, or the Easter Island head again.
Release the Kraken.
I have to remember which button I set that to.
We've got multiple calls for the Kraken.
So, Wiggly Ship asks if I can talk about the procedural generation.
Sure.
Sadly, I cannot because I did not do it.
Yep, his brother.
My brother did that. So.
Yeah. Well, the next time we have you on the stream, we've got to make sure that your brother's gonna to tune in.
Right.
And we'll definitely get the Discord chat thing working out for us. Oh,
there we go.
Love the burping sound. Is your brother procedurally generated?
Basically. Sort of, if you think about it.
Yeah.
So the Kraken lays these eggs that will hatch and summon little mini Krakens. And he has other behaviors besides laying the eggs, but for some reason it is not doing much. I hope I did not encounter another bug.
We hope you did. We love bugs on first look.
Well, he's supposed to be doing all sorts of things, but he's not, so. Oh well.
Yay, bugs. Just goes to show it doesn't always work perfect the first time. And we like to see that. I do, anyway.
Die, most definitely.
Going out with a release. Oh, got him.
It's over.
Going out with a Leroy. All right, very good. You have died. You are dead. Yeah, definitely had the graphics working there. Well, very cool. Hey, before we get going along here, I'm going to throw out some more links again. Definitely for everybody. Oh, and keep in mind something I forgot to mention earlier. If you like games, you like game development, and you like what you see here tonight, be sure to check out our YouTube channel because these videos will be going up on YouTube. Let's see here. So there's a link there. Wiggly Ship said, "Cool game, man. Good luck with the Kickstarter."
Thanks.
Definitely tune in. If you like games and game development, definitely follow this channel because we do things like this on a regular basis. You can scroll below and see our schedules Like I said, next week is going to be the actual GGDA Atlanta chapter meeting, where you met EQ Games at Siege, and now their game is ready for playtesting. So we're going to help them out with an evening of just that. So join us to discuss the best practices in playtesting, as well as to play their games. We'll also allow other GGDA members to demo and playtest their games if you email info@ggda.org. So it starts at 6. From 6 to 7, you're going to be networking and playtesting. And then 7 through 8, you're going to be talking about the best practices in playtesting. And then through 8 through 9, more networking and playtesting. But we will be live streaming from 7 to 8 next Tuesday, right here on this Mixer channel. It's to attend. It's free if you're a GGDA or a tag member, and it's going to be $10 for everybody else. All right, what else have I got here? Patreon. All right. If you like games, the GGDA, Georgia Game Developers Association, we are a nonprofit organization. So your support will help us with efforts to improve game developers and their community, as well as helping to bring better games to life. Our stream is for gamers to learn more about what goes into making their favorite games. It's for new designers looking to break into the industry, and it's for experienced designers looking to improve their skills. And we're going to work on this, but certain levels of Patreon members can join our live stream and vocal chat, although that was broken tonight. Yay, me. So, again, Charlie, thank you so much for showing us this game. We're definitely going to be staying in touch, and I want to see an update. We'll do another first look sometime maybe spring next year.
I want to see an update too.
All right, very good. So everybody, don't leave just yet. I am going to play their video so you can watch their trailer one more time. So again, thanks everybody for tuning in. Thank you. I'm brain farting here. Thank you, Charlie Hall of Frostforged Games out of Athens, Georgia, right next door to me. Just a hop, skip, and a jump. And good night, everybody. There, let me pull up this. Where did it go? Yay, there it is. We're going to watch their commercial again. Good night, everybody. You